Hello there, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. Before we begin, I wanna wish you a happy new year, and I hope that 2024 will be your best year so far, a year filled with joy and happiness, and a year where all of your dreams and wishes will become true. But in order for that to happen, we must make sure that we do our part as well. A first step would be to set our goals and priorities for the year ahead. Setting goals, it is a very important part of making progress and achieving success. It helps us focus our efforts and gives us something to work towards. But I know that it can be a little bit intimidating, especially if you're doing this for the first time. That is why I want to help you out and share with you my personal process and some tips and strategies that I follow in order to set effective goals for the year ahead. So let's get started. So we're going to start from a predefined Fig Jam template that I found, which is called New Year Goals and Progress Tracker. I believe that it is a very good template that you can use as it is, or you can personalize it and make it work for you. This is what we're going to do in this video, but let's take a look at how this looks initially and how do they recommend that we are supposed to use it. Okay, so you can see here New Year Goals and Progress Tracker. So initially I really like that it shows us how we are supposed to use it. We have I'm just gonna zoom in, goal settings. Let me just go with a different color and highlight. So we have these goal settings. How to use this template? I believe that a very important thing that you should do is to reflect on the previous year and understand what is something that you liked, what you didn't like, what went according to the plan, and what didn't, and what were some of the reasons for that, right? This will kind of help us understand ourselves better, and also make sure that maybe we do not make the same mistakes as we did in the previous year. I really believe that it's very important to do this reflection exercise. So first of all, we have this one, which says spend 30 minutes to 1 hour. It is up to you. Reflecting on the past year and what you hope to accomplish in that year. After that, what they are saying is divide your goals into categories. Write out all of the things you envision for yourself for this year and the years down the line. Then choose a word that you want to focus on in the new year. Then write down a mantra that will keep you inspired and motivated. I believe that this is a really cool exercise. This is something that we will not do for this exercise. You can do it if you find this useful. The point number 4, which says keeping track of birthdays and events can be challenging. Write out the dates that will be important throughout the year. I believe that this is really cool to have it here. And then decide how much you want to accomplish per quarter. So this is pretty much breaking down the yearly goals into, let's say, more achievable, right, tasks, or assigning them just like a quarter in which you want to do them, because that will make sure that you can kind of keep track of them easier, and then if you didn't achieve them, to do it in the next quarter, right? Do not wait to the end of the year to achieve it. Okay, so we are done. This is what these are the instructions on how to use this template. Okay, then we have this one, goal setting instructions. This is exactly what we went through, and I'm going to show you how their initial template looks like. Here we will have some helpful plugins and widgets that you can use, stock images and widgets. This one where you can keep track on kind of a Kanban board where you can see what is to do, in progress, and done, or you can use Asana integration. Okay, so let's see the initial template. Goal setting examples. Here you can see the goals and personal goals, career goals, financial goals, relationship goals. I find this really cool. I will do the same. I will kind of break them down into different categories, but we will just do one of them. And then word of the year, bigger dreams. This is really cool. I think this is more, these are some goals that cannot be achieved necessarily in a year. This is actually really cool. Let's just take a look. The motivation mantra, right? And then this is the birthdays, wellness days, events, kind of things that you want to keep track of. And what is really cool here, as you can see, is that they broke this down into Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 quotas. So you kind of break this down from the beginning of the year and assign it to one quarter when you want to do this. I think this is really cool. But now let's take a look at my personal planning, right? Okay, so what did I do? I copied that initial template right here to make sure that I have the instructions and that I have some sort of foundation. And after that, I started doing my own Andra's goals for 2024. Okay, so first of all, here we have some resources that I really wanted to share with you that I found actually being quite useful. So first of all, we have this TED Talk, right, that is about keeping goals to yourself, and you will find this article as well. And the main idea that you can take from this is that some experts argue that early praise can leave the individual receiving the praise feeling like he or she has already won, in turn causing them to be less likely to follow throughout with their goals. So what they are saying is that if you share some goals that are very personal and kind of are about your, like, very tied to your identity, it will be less likely that you feel motivated to achieve them because you already received some sort of gratification from just sharing this goals, these plans that you have with other people, right? So some experts say that it's better to keep some goals to yourself, especially if they are very personal to you. And I agree with that up to a point. You can try both techniques. You can try and see, okay, if I share my goals with others, will that make me feel more motivated to achieve them because I said something and I actually want to do what I said that I will do? Or if it is the other way around, you can try both of these techniques and see whatever works for you, right? But I thought that this is like a very interesting point, and maybe you want to read more about it. I will link these resources in the description below, right? Then another video that I really enjoyed was from Ali Abdal, how to make 2024 the best year of your life. I feel like he is a very good content creator, and he talks a lot about productivity and all kinds of techniques, and I would definitely recommend that you go and watch this video. Again, I will link this in the description box below. Now, another thing that I just want to point out, as we could see in the template, what I did is that I kind of broke this down, my goals, into 3 categories. First of all, we have personal life. Let me just change my color. Okay, so we have personal life. What are the goals and wishes for 2024 that I want to have for my personal life? For example, travels, events, hobbies, stuff like this. Then we have professional life. What are my career goals for 2024? And then finally we have extras. What else do I want to do in this year? I don't feel like these are things that do not fall under any of these 2 categories. Obviously, like, you can find more categories and you can split it however it works for you. But for me, in this extra, here we have like my social media activity and stuff like that. So yeah, this is it. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so the first thing is take time to reflect. As we discussed previously, I believe that this is a very, very important exercise that you should do, to think a little bit about the year that passed, to be grateful for everything that happened to you, and yeah, it will really help you out in the long run to kind of reflect of all of the things that happened in your life, right? And think of what you could have done differently. So the word of the year, thinking back, is I had like a very challenging year. It was a very difficult year for me from multiple perspectives, but I believe that there were also good things that happened, and I'm grateful for the past year. And lessons learned. I would say that I will take this quote, which is life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. And sometimes it happens that we react to certain things in a more dramatic way, and we make out of small things a really, really big thing. And I will try, like, my lesson is to try and react differently to what happens into my life. But this is something that I really have to work on the next years. So here we can take a look at what goals I had for the last year, and we can discuss if I was able to achieve it or not. So the goals that I had planned was to have 24 YouTube videos. I wasn't able to achieve that, unfortunately. Write 6 or 12 to 12 medium art posts. No. Create 6 dribble posts. No. Learn how to edit YouTube videos. I did that. I cannot say that I am a pro at that, but I can say that I learned how to do that. Obviously, I want to improve at that, but I learned that. Read more professional books. Yes and no. Update personal website. I did that. And improve animation and illustration skills. No, I did not work on that. Okay, let's take a look now at some of my achievements. So, first of all, we have the new website, which I would say it looks good. Am I 100% happy about it? I don't think that I would ever be 100% happy about it. I always find new things that I could work on and improve, but we have a new website. Maybe next year I will work on this as well, even though I hate it. I would do literally anything else. Now, my YouTube channel. So I have 12 videos. I did 12 videos. I would say that this is still good. Not bad at all. But hopefully next year I will create better videos and more videos. But this is definitely a start. Next. I got 2 new certifications. This is really cool, and I also made some YouTube videos about it. You can check them out. One is Product Management Basics, and the other one is Product Analytics Certified. I want to learn more in the next year, and I will share this with you. Next, I went to a conference, which was the UX UI discussion from to UX UI designer. It was really cool. I wish that I would have more events like this in the next year, but I really enjoyed this. Then we have something that I did was I planned to do a 30-day challenge of content creation, and I achieved that. I cannot say that the results were very good. I couldn't see any kind of increase in followers or whatever, but I was proud of myself that I actually did what I wanted to do, right? So this was pretty cool. Then we have, this was like my best Medium article from this year. I can say that definitely it's been some time since I wrote like a very, very good Medium article, and I really liked that I could see a lot of people liking my post or commenting on my post. So I'm really happy about it, and this kind of motivates me to do this in the next year as well. And then what else do we have? I had like a really, really good, I would say, Dribble and Behance post that I did, like a full exercise on a website. I am really proud of this. Again, I couldn't see any kind of feedback from either Dribble or Behance users, right? But personally, I really liked my work here, so I am proud of this. But I hope that I will do more exercises like this in the year to come. Now, let's take a look at the goal setting exercise for the next year. Okay, so let's talk about the goals for 2024. As you can see here, let's start. So, first of all, I took from the initial exercise these 2 ideas where I would write down the word for the next year and then to set a mantra for the next year. And let's talk a little bit about what is the word that I decided to write down. And I would say that grow and evolve would be something that I want to describe the next year. And grow as a person, develop certain behaviors, certain habits, and also certain skills, right? I really hope that this is something that I will get a chance to focus in the next year, focus on myself. So what is the mantra? Let me show you. I found this quote, and I thought that this is really something that I find kind of motivational, and it works with what I have in mind for the next year. And it says that the only person you are destined to become is the person that you decide to be. And what I like about it is that pretty much it says that you have control on who you want to become, and it is a personal journey, and it is your own effort, right, in becoming who you want to be. I really like this, and I found it motivational to add it here. Let's move on, and I will show you what is the structure for this. So what I did, I set certain goals for the next year. I put some images on what are some books that I want to read and so on. And then we also have some stretch goals that I want to achieve, but I am not really sure if I will be achieving them. And then we have the Q1 goals, right? I just put some of the goals to the first quote. So let's read them and see what do I have as my goals for the next year. So the first thing that I added in my goals for the next year is that I want to do one YouTube video per month. I would say at least one YouTube video per month. I would like to do more, obviously, but I really want to hold myself accountable to posting at least once per month. And I just wrote down some of the steps that would help me out in this journey. Obviously, you can break this down into more action items, step, and so on, but here I just added a few to demonstrate the idea, right? So some things that I could do in that direction would be to brainstorm some topics that would make a great video, right? To kind of have a list of ideas and to start from there, instead of every month thinking, oh, what would be a good idea? What should I do about it? What are some resources and stuff like this, right? To kind of have a document or a repository where I have some initial ideas, and if I find related topics, articles, books, anything about that, as I find them, I can bring them into this repository, and I don't start from nothing. I don't start from the beginning, right? I already have some materials that I can use. Then we have like research those topics. Just give me a second. Research those topics, film and edit them. Okay, makes sense, right? Then let's go on the next thing. Again, as you could see from the previous year, we have write 6 to 12 medium posts. I will try my best to do that. I think that if I spend enough time on that, I can write like really good posts and I can see good feedback, but it takes some time, right? And I really find it motivating when I see people that react and comment and so on, and that makes me feel good about myself and about my work, and I don't feel like what I did is for nothing and nobody saw it. So I hope that if I receive good feedback, I will definitely feel motivated to do this. Then I have to update my resume. That shouldn't be a task that should take a long time, but who knows? But this is something that I mandatory want to do and improve my resume. And then we have another thing that I added here is to be more consistent with posting shorts and reels. But I said here that at least one per week. We will see if that happens. I still have to kind of find my style and find what works for me to keep me motivated, right? Initially, I tried this 30-day challenge to see if maybe structuring it better or so on would work for me, but I still haven't found the right recipe that works for me and kind of motivates me, or I feel like I can post every day. Let's see what I wrote down about it. Try to come up with a list of ideas. Yes. One thing that I noticed is, let's take the next thing and then I can talk more about this, is film and edit them in advance. One thing that I noticed is that I really like to have a list of ideas and film them and edit them in bulk, because I'm faster that way. And like once I start doing something, I prefer to do more of it rather than like getting started. It's really complicated for me, I would say, right? Because I think like I have to do my makeup, I have to do my hair, I have to like be in the perfect mood to do this and so and so. So this is a strategy that I will try again to apply and see how good does it work. Okay, next thing, I'm really actually excited about the next thing, which is read more and review those books, right? So I want to read more professional books and do some YouTube videos about it or some Medium articles about this and kind of share my fresh thoughts on that, because that would also help me I don't know, go back and see what were my thoughts at a certain point in my life or in my career, right, about it, and kind of refresh my memory on some concepts. And I also like to share those ideas with others. So I'm excited about this. And let's see what are some of the sub items for this. So we have think of a list of books that you would like to read. I already started that. I already ordered some books for that, so I can say that I made some progress about it, but this is still something that it's always kind of in progress. If I see something that a book that some other creators or some other people in the industry recommend, I would always check it out, and if it seems interesting, I would add it in my to buy list, right? Oh, oops, I wrote this wrong. Buy those books. Okay, start reading them, create a summary with learnings, and then prepare the video. Okay, next thing. Oops. Anyways, let's see. Never mind, it's fine. Take product and design courses. Yes, so as you could see, in this year I did some online courses and I found them really useful, and I want to do more of that and share those findings with you, right? These are some steps that I want to follow. First of all, research what are some free courses that I can find that are also good, right? They are not a waste of time. And I will share those with you, then see what paid courses make sense to buy and invest my time into it, and then review those courses by doing some YouTube videos for you guys. I hope that we will find some good courses and learnings this year. Okay, then we have this. Let me just move this. I don't know how this moves. Okay. So these are some of the books that I want to start reading this year. So we have here Still Like an Artist, right? Austin Kleon creates like these books are really enjoyable. They are super easy to read. It's more like art, I would say. It's really cool. Then we have The Personal MBA. This book, I've seen it and I really want to read it, and I think I already placed an order for this. And then let me just move this so that you could see. It's Articulating Design Decisions. I understood that this is kind of a foundational book, something that every designer should read, and this is something that I plan to do in the next year and review it with you. Good. We can move on. Let me just move this back, and we can move on to another book that I have it in my library, but I didn't get a chance to do what I initially thought about, is that I want to go through this book, which is the Design Thinking Toolbox, which has a lot of exercises and techniques that we can use as designers, and to share that with you, kind of do these exercises together. I really hope that we will do that in the next year with videos and shorts about this. So if I have enough time to dedicate to it, I think that it will be amazing, but let's see. I'm not making any promises. Next we have, so what I want to do as well is, I see that there are a lot of really cool templates in Figma, and what I was thinking was to go through some of them and share them with you and do some exercises together so that we can find some ways that we can use in our jobs, or who knows what other use cases we will find. Let me just see if I have anything else. Okay, we can take a look at some of the stretch goals for the next year, right? So these are some stretch goals. Something that I hope it will happen, but if they don't happen, I'm also fine with that. So we have 30 days of design challenge. What does that mean? That every day for 30 days, I will do a design together with you and I will film the process and everything. This would be really cool, but let's see if I have enough energy and time to do that, because to post something for 30 days every day, it is quite stressful, at least for me. When I did this before, I can say that I was really stressed, that I wanted to make sure that I complete this and I have the videos and everything. So let's see. And then I have another thing that I was thinking about, to have 6 ADP list mentorship sessions. And what was the reasoning behind this? Was that I would really like to talk with new people in this industry and learn from their experience and so on, and kind of connect with other people. But I'm a little bit shy, and I don't know, it's difficult for me to do that because I feel like, oh, I'm taking time from someone else, and I need some courage to do that, right? So I will try to do that, and I can share with you what I learned and how they went. But let's see if I do that in the next year. I will let you know. And then another thing that I will do, just give me 1 second, is that I will reopen my mentorship session. So I am a mentor on ADP list as well, and I had a few conversations with more junior designers, and I really enjoyed it. But for some time, because I didn't have enough time, I was actually quite busy, I decided to stop it. But I will open it again next year, and I'm really excited that I will discuss with, new talented people. So let's see how that will go. And then we have the last thing on the goal settings section, which is dividing this general goals into smaller tasks, and pretty much keeping them in a board where you can see their status. I just added a few of them just to give you an example of how you can do it, but I don't think that I will keep track of this in FigJam. I will show you later another technique that I will use, right? So you can see here that we have to-dos, in progress, and done. And let me show you what I added right for to-dos. So first of all, I have create a list of topics for this year's YouTube videos. Then I have create a short video and or reel about the making of a manager book for Instagram and YouTube. Then I have finished the video for the making of a manager book review that I will post to YouTube. And then another thing is short video reel about my favorite ideas from Still Like an Artist, a book that I showed you previously that I plan to read it soon. And what you can do is, as you can see, give me 1 second. What you can do is actually, let's see, can you just move it? You can click on it and you can just move it like this in progress, or you can change the text, you can add additional description, you can edit a design. It is really cool, this Kanban board. So this is my plan for the next year. What is yours? I hope that I will achieve everything that I wrote down, and I hope that I will actually achieve more than this, but I will do kind of a quarterly review to be seen if I will do this on YouTube or not, but we will do a retrospective of this year next year and see how many things I achieved. One thing that I do to make sure that I'm making progress towards the goals that I set is breaking them down into very small tasks that I can do in 1 week or 1 day. What I used to do in the previous years and that I intend to do in the year to come is to make a plan for each individual week. In the past, I used a notebook, but now I bought for this year this weekly planner that is beautiful. And what do I intend to do is the following. On every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, depending when I have the available time, I would write down everything that I want to do in the week to come. If I have certain appointments or things that I have to do on a specific day, I would write it down on that day. Here I have, as you can see, I have each individual day. I would write it then with the date and time to make sure that I will remember. But things that I would have to do like anytime that week, I would just write them in the to-do section. That way I can remember what I initially planned to do, but also I can track at the end of the week if I was able to achieve that. And after that, I can think about what stopped me or what blocked me to do that specific tasks. Or I can move it to the next week if I wasn't able to achieve. Everything that I did, I will cross out. And then I can also kind of track at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter what is my progress and what I was able to achieve. I really believe that having things broken down into smaller tasks makes them feel more achievable, and it kind of makes you want to start doing it. I hope that you will do the same, and please let me know how it goes for you. Thank you very much for spending time with me today, and I hope that you found this video useful and it gave you kind of a direction on how to set your own goals for the new year. If you have any comments, tips, suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. See you in the next video. Bye!